my goodness, guys, the way that God shows up for me. Like yesterday, no shame, I had to leave the office like embarrassed, and I was literally crying. I was literally crying because I got beat up at the auction. I buy cars for our family hustle, and the other big dealers just said, like, little girl, go home, leave this job for the man. And honestly, I called her crying. And let me tell you how sweet God is, how he showed up. There was a customer like a couple hours ahead of that. I went outside and I just was talking to him, you know. And he showed me a tattoo on his arm of the Serenity Prayer. You know, that prayer that says, God grant me the courage to change the things I can, you know, and the wisdom to know the difference of the things I can't, that prayer. He had that prayer tattooed on his hand. So when I called the hubby crying, can you believe hubby started quoting that prayer to me? Like how? How would my husband all the way in Nigeria start quoting this prayer that the customer just showed me he has tattooed on his arm? It was just another glimmer of God's presence with us, guys. That hubby could be all the way in Nigeria, you know, I'm in the U.S. The customer, I'm outside, he showed me this prayer tattooed on him, but for hubby to quote it to me, it was just God coming through and saying, Nick, my sweetie, don't be feeling down. Don't be upset about this situation. Let's keep going, man. And with God's presence, guys, we can do all things. You know, I went back to the office supercharged. Like, wow, my God is with me. God is with me. God is with me. God is with me. And this isn't the first time this happened with my husband, you know. The other day I was having a conversation with my brother Kevin. He said, and we were talking about how you fooled me once, shame on you. Fooled me twice, shame on me. And Kevin said, Google it, go to and see what George Bush said about it. And the next morning I'm talking to hubby under the tree, and he started quoting the same thing back to me. Like I was feeling like the hubby had my phone bugged. Like, what the heck? How did he know me and Kevin's conversation yesterday? And now today that I'm outside with this customer for him to bring up that Serenity Prayer. But what really blew me away about the hubba wubba was one time I was in the office and I was having a little situation with somebody who I just fired. I said, oh, shoot. And hubby told me not to fire him, you know, when I'm there by myself, and I didn't listen to him. Next thing you know, the thing got a little bit escalated, and I had to turn off my phone for a little bit. And in the middle of me turning off my phone for like 10, 12 minutes, hubby woke up from his sleep in Nigeria and started calling me. Next thing I turned the phone back on, my daughter Julie called me, Mommy, what's going on? Daddy said he's trying to reach you. I'm like, what? And that hubba said, Nick, it's my job to protect you. So even in my sleep, I have to protect you. And you see God, guys, how God will show up for us through other people. Yeah, it's crazy. My husband's name is Emmanuel, God with us. And I told him we got to name our sons that. So we have 2 sons named Emmanuel, God with us. And that's our testimony, guys. And no matter what we go through our ups, through our downs, whatever, God stands strong with us. There's no way that's a coincidence that I turned off my phone for 10, 12 minutes just so this person could stop calling me. For the hubby to wake up all the way in Nigeria, you know, to wake up to see what was going on with the wifey. And that was just, again, God just wrapping his arms around me, saying, Nick, I'm with you. You have nothing to fear. And that's the presence that walks with each and every one of us. Okay, the message from Carrie today is say the power that is within you is the power that created the entire universe. God, guys, he walks with us every second, every nanosecond he's with us. It's just for us to tap into his voice and learn his personality, learn God's character. And so you can know on a moment-by-moment basis what he would have you do. Like yesterday, I made an executive decision without telling the hubba. But it was the customer's it was the person's ringtone that was a song that I played like over 25 years ago. If it's just me and God would be driving and I'll be singing this song, you know? So the only way that customer could come in there with this song that I was would play repeatedly by myself in my little moments. The only way was God. And that was just like God saying, yes, Nick, I want you to go ahead with this decision. And that's his voice, guys, that I've learned. That's why I say nothing more important than learning the voice of God, guys. That you can know what he would have you to do. Like right now, your girl has to be tough, strong, handling her business with this car dealership, going against these big dealers. I'm back again today. I'm resilient. I'm not giving up. But at the same time, I got to be this soft person for God. You know, loving, patient, merciful, kind, compassionate, guys. You know, not being so hard on others. And doing everything like hubby and I pray today. Everything for the glory of Papa God, okay? So I want all the world with me, rolling with God, knowing that the most powerful being, the all-powerful God, walks with us on a moment-by-moment basis, but learning his voice, learning his character, because he has the best pathway for our lives. The best! Okay, don't let the devil fool you. The conversation with that customer yesterday, because I smelled alcohol on his breath and it was early, you know. I said, what's up with this dude? Why you have alcohol on your breath so early in the morning? And I told him, listen to those Carrie messages. Carrie's words of wisdom. And Carrie just encourages us to just be great every day, leave the past in the past. We don't have to run to alcohol, to drugs. We can run to Papa God. Say, God, what is going on with me? Yesterday I ran to the Papa Bear, honey, what's going on? But just looking within ourselves and saying, okay, where can we improve, guys? And where can we be better? And getting better every day by the grace of God, okay? So let's walk with God every moment, every second. Keep asking him to pray and help us, to give us his strength to be the people he wants us to be.